Hello, hello. Welcome back to the mat and welcome to an autumn-themed practice. We are well into the fall season, so this is a class centered around the change of this season. There are no prompts that you absolutely need for this practice, but as always, if you have prompts at home that you'd like to have nearby, please make sure you do have those nearby. The only thing you absolutely need is a yoga mat. And if you have not joined us yet in the online tribe, click the link in the description below. We are waiting for you. Alrighty, go ahead, unroll your mat, grab any prompts you'd like to have, and I'll meet you right here in a tall seat. Alrighty, so finding your tall, comfortable seat, we're going to go ahead and bring the hands into a mudra to start this practice. Mudras are hand gestures that help to channel a certain energy or a certain intention. And the mudra we'll come into today is called Apan Mudra. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring the tip of the middle finger to touch the thumb, and then the tip of the ring finger to also touch the thumb. So you're going to have these sort of like rock star horns in your hands, and then we'll bring the tops of the hands onto the legs, the knees, wherever they rest most comfortably. So this is a beautiful mudra for letting go of the old and making space for the new. Go ahead and invite the eyelids to close. Taking a moment to drop in, to check in with any physical sensations in the body or the breath. And I invite you to set an intention for this practice to allow something to fall away. We see in the fall season the way the leaves begin to fall away off the trees. It's a time of really palpable change. And so I invite you in the same way to see where you can let go and what you can invite to simply fall away. The changing of the seasons reminds us of the inevitability of change and invites us to flow with it, to go with that change, to make space for it. So taking just a few more rounds of breath here, allowing this intention to allow something to fall away. Allow that intention to land deeply within you. Just 2 more breaths here. And then gently opening the eyes. You can go ahead and release your mudra. And we're going to start with you have a couple options. So if you're sitting up on a block, it might be easier to come down off of it. We're going to come into either a fire log pose or Sukhasana easy pose. So for fire log, you're looking to have the right shin parallel to the edge of your mat. You want the foot flexed. And then we're going to stack the left shin on top of the right. So the left ankle comes right above the right knee, and we stack the shins. Now, it is early. We have not warmed up in our practice at all yet. So do not force this. Do not push this. If you notice a big space here in between the left knee and the right foot, go ahead and bring a block into that space. Allow yourself to be supported here. So you don't want that knee just kind of hanging out in space. Now, if you start to come into this and you're like, this isn't happening, no go, that's cool, don't worry about it. What you will do is you will simply cross the left shin in front of the right for a Sukhasana easy pose, what I like to call crisscross applesauce. And you'll take this pose right here, yeah? So find what works for you, find the variation, the configuration, the props that work for you. If you find that in either of these seats you are rolling back on your tailbone, I invite you to bring a blanket, a towel, maybe a small cushion underneath your seat to help elevate the hips. And what we're going to do from here is now if you're in fire log and you are feeling more than enough sensation, stay right here. If you would like to intensify, you'll begin to lean the torso over the legs really gently, and then bringing the hands in front of the legs. And seeing how that feels, staying here for a couple breaths. And as you breathe into this, maybe you find that you can bring the torso down a little bit farther over the legs. Maybe you don't, and that's okay. Making sure that both feet are flexed. And if you are in fire log, make sure that both feet are flexed, protecting the knees. And then gently lifting back up. And we're going to switch sides. So if you are in Sukhasana, with the left shin in front, you're simply going to switch so that you have the right shin in front, and you'll take this here. If you came into fire log, you are now going to stack the right shin on top of the left and see how this feels. It might be a little different from the other side, so feel into it. Sitting up really nice and tall, this might be enough sensation for you. If you'd like to feel more stuff, you can begin to lean the torso over the legs. Maybe bringing the hands in front of the legs and bringing the torso down, maybe a little bit more, maybe not. You can start to come into your Ujjayi breath, creating that audible, sort of ocean-sounding breath. And gently lifting the torso, releasing the legs, and making your way into tabletop position. Stacking shoulders over wrists and hips over knees, moving through your cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze and the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine, press the earth away. Inhale to arch. Exhale, round. Inhale. And exhale. And from here, find your downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift knees and hips. Feel free to take any movement that feels good. So you check in with calves and hamstrings, see how they're doing. And then begin to walk the feet up to the hands. You're going to find hip width distance in between the feet. Keep a generous bend in the knees and allow the torso and head to hang heavy. So you can shake the head out yes and no here. Really letting the head hang. If you would like to hold on to opposite elbows for the added leverage, feel free to do so. Maybe finding a gentle sway in the torso as you shift the weight on the feet. If you're holding opposite elbows, go ahead and release the hands to the earth. On an inhale, you're going to lift halfway, reaching crown of the head forward. And as you exhale, you're going to fold over the legs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, stay right here. Bring hands onto hips. Keep a bend in the knees. And as you inhale, come to stand with a flat back. Beautiful. Find your Tadasana mountain pose here at the top of your mat. So the big toes are going to touch. You'll have a slight gap in between the heels. Activate the legs so the kneecaps are pulling up towards the hip points. The quadriceps are active. Gently pulling the pubic bone up towards the navel, throwing up the lower belly. Allowing the shoulder blades to pull back and down. Nice open heart. On an inhale, go ahead and lift the arms up high. And as you exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale to lift the gaze and lengthen. As you exhale, step the right foot way back. Bring the right palm flat onto the earth. And as you inhale, open the left arm to the sky. So you're twisting towards the left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the left hand down and take the left foot back for downward facing dog. Inhale for plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees and lower the torso to the earth. Inhale, shoulder blades pull back, open the chest, cobra pose. And exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and step the right foot in between the hands. And lower the left knee onto the earth. On an inhale, you're going to lift the torso for Anjaneyasana. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, bring hands onto the earth. Tuck the back toes, lift back knees, step the left foot up to meet the right as you fold over the legs. Inhale to lift the gaze and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand, lift the arms high. And exhale, hands into heart. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot way back. Step the left foot way back. Left palm goes flat onto the earth. The right arm opens to the sky. Twist towards the right leg. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the right hand to the earth. Right foot goes back for downward facing dog. Inhale for plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees and then the torso to the earth. Inhale, open the chest, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Step the left foot up in between the hands. Right knee to the earth. Untuck the back toes and lift the torso for Anjaneyasana. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower hands to the earth, tuck back toes, lift back knee, step the right foot up to meet the left as you fold over the legs. Inhale to lift and lengthen, and exhale to fold. Inhale, rise to stand, lift the arms high, and exhale, hands into heart. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, plant palms, step back, plank pose. Take an inhale here. Exhale, option to lower the knees or keep them lifted for chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and step the right foot in between the hands. You're going to stay on the ball of the back foot and lift the torso for your high crescent lunge. So you want to imagine here, pulling the pubic bone up towards the navel, firm up the lower belly, and at the same time, reach the left hamstring up towards the sky. So you have these two sort of opposing movements here. Find the balance in between those. From here, go ahead and bring the hands back behind you, clasp them, and an inhale, reach the fist package towards the left foot as you open the heart up towards the sky. Now the legs are going to stay right where they are. Lean the torso over the right leg. So you've got one long line of energy from the left heel all the way through the crown of the head. Now from here, you're going to take the torso and kind of swing it over towards the left, bringing the left heel onto the earth, and then lifting the torso. You're coming into a goddess pose. So you can inhale to straighten the legs, give them a break for a minute, release the hands, and then bend into the knees. Sit down low for your goddess pose. The backs of the hands are going to press into the inside of the thighs, sort of inviting them to press outwards as you lift the heart up towards the sky. And breathe. Just 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift, straighten, give the legs a break. As you exhale, come back into your goddess pose. Backs of the hands, press the legs out. And then inhale to lift. You're going to turn the left heel so that the outside edge of the left foot is parallel to the back of your mat, and turn the right toes towards the front of your mat. Bend into the right knee. Find your warrior 2. Arms extend long. Gazes over the front middle finger. Check the right knee. Make sure it's not buckling in. Press the right thigh out towards the right. Take one more inhale. Exhale, cartwheel hands to the earth. Take the right foot back. Take a vinyasa here if you'd like it. Feel free to skip it and head straight to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. We'll take another one just like that. What can you let fall away? Big inhale. Open the mouth. Beautiful. Step the left foot in between the hands, please. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Coming up, crescent lunge. Pubic bone to navel. Right hamstring reaching towards the sky. Bring the hands back behind you, clasp them. Inhale to reach the fist package towards the right foot. Open the heart towards the sky. Legs stay where they are. Lean the torso over the left leg. And imagine that long line of energy through the right heel all the way to the crown of the head. Bring the torso over towards the right. Turn the right heel in. Lift the torso. Release the arms. Straighten the legs for a moment here. We're coming into our goddess pose. So you've got the heels in, the toes out. Take an inhale. Exhale, sit down into the legs. Backs of the hands. Press the thighs out. Lift the heart towards the sky. Tailbone towards the earth. One more breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale, sit down into the legs. Inhale to rise. Turn the right heel, so the outside edge of the right foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Left toes are pointing to the front of your mat. Bend the left knee, Virabhadrasana 2. Strong arms. One more inhale. Exhale, cartwheel hands to the earth. Take left foot back, vinyasa if you choose. Downward facing dog. Big inhale through the nose. Let something fall away. One more like that, big inhale. Open the mouth. Go ahead and step the right foot in between the hands. We're coming into warrior one. So the left heel is going to come down at 45-degree angle. Go ahead and lift the torso. You want the hips square to the front of your mat. Go ahead and lift the arms. Find your strong warrior one. From here, go ahead and clasp the hands behind you. Inhale, reach the fist package towards the left foot. As you exhale, humble warrior. The torso is going to come down either onto the right thigh or to the inside of the right thigh. Notice if the right hip wants to pop out to the right, pull the right hip back in space. Try to keep square hips as you drop the crown of the head towards the earth. See if you can envision whatever it is that you're allowing to fall away. Envision it like falling out of the crown of your head and just dropping down into the earth. Inhale to lift the torso. We're going to come into a tree pose, so you can release the hands, shift forward, use the left toes to help propel you forward, bringing all the weight onto the right leg. The left knee can come in towards the chest. Open the left leg out to the left. You can bring the left toes onto the earth with the foot at the inside of the right ankle. You can stay right there. Maybe you bring the left foot to the inside of the calf. Maybe you use the hand to bring the foot to the inside of the right thigh. Find the positioning that works for you for your tree pose today. Bringing the palms to touch at heart center, finding one unmoving spot to gaze at, finding your drishti point. And if you feel really rock steady here, maybe you grow your branches really high. And as you grow your branches high, what can you see falling off of them? Embody an autumn tree here with leaves falling off, all those things that no longer serve you, that you no longer need. Allow them to fall away. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring hands into heart, left knee in towards the chest, and release the left foot onto the earth next to the right. Find your Tadasana mountain pose. We're going to sort of reverse that. So we're going to come into tree pose on the other side. So pour all the way down into the left foot, bring the right knee in towards the chest, or maybe you keep it a little bit lower depending on where you're finding the positioning for your tree pose on this side. So maybe right foot is at the inside of the ankle, maybe the calf, maybe the thigh. Find your tree pose today on this side. Finding your drishti point, the palms at the heart. Feel that you are pressing the right foot in towards the left thigh, and at the same time, the left thigh presses in towards the right foot. So everything is hugging towards a midline. Maybe you grow your branches really, really tall. Maybe you play with lifting the gaze a little bit. See how that feels on your balance. One more inhale. Exhale, bring hands to heart center and bring the right knee into the chest. Listen closely, we're going to come into that warrior one. So take the right leg way, way back. Bring the right foot onto the earth, the right heel onto the earth. So you want some space in between the legs so that the hips can square forward. Go ahead and lift the arms high, warrior one. Go ahead and bring the hands behind the back, clasp them. Inhale to reach the fist package towards the right foot. Open the heart up to the sky. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, humble warrior. Either the torso comes onto the left thigh or to the inside of the thigh. If you're coming to the inside of the thigh, notice that the hips want to pop out to the left. Pull the left hip back in space. See if you can keep square hips as you drop the crown of the head towards the earth. Go ahead and release the hands, bring them onto the ground, and then take the left foot back for a vinyasa if you want it. Or you can head straight to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we're all going to come into a child's pose. So drop the knees gently to the earth, big toes touching. You can have the knees wide or you can have them close together if you'd like, whatever feels good. Bringing seat to feet, forehead to the earth. Go ahead and begin to lift the torso. And you can shift the hips over to one side, bring your seat onto the earth, and bring the legs around in front of you. And we're going to come into a Paschimottanasana, a seated forward fold. So make sure that you are sitting up on sit bones and not rolling back on tailbone. If you do feel that you are rolling back, bring a blanket or a towel or a cushion underneath your seat to help elevate so that you can find this long spine. And for this Paschimottanasana, I'm going to invite you to take it with the knees bent. So if you have a bolster or a blanket that you can roll up or a towel, you can bring that underneath the knees. If you have two blocks handy, you can bring blocks underneath the knees as well to bring a bend into the knees. Or you can just bend them without props. The props will just give you a bit more support. So go ahead and inhale to lengthen the spine really tall. As you exhale, reach the heart towards the feet. So we're going to keep a really straight, long spine here for as long as possible, flexing the feet back towards the face. So with the knees bent, you should be able to sort of rest the torso on the thighs. So we're really going for opening in the low back here. And if you would like to bring in some hamstring opening, What I'm going to invite you to do is, keeping a really long spine, keeping the torso pressing onto the thighs, hands can come onto the feet. Maybe you walk the feet forward a little bit more, finding straighter legs. If you notice that you start to round in the spine though, and the belly starts to pull away from the legs, you've gone too far. Bend the knees once again, find that long spine. Beautiful. Go ahead and lift the torso up and come on to your back. Coming to lie all the way back. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a loving squeeze. They do so much for you. And then go ahead and take both knees, drop them over to the left for a supine twist. Keeping the right shoulder on the earth, bringing the gaze just over the right shoulder. Lifting the legs back up to center. And we'll take them over to the other side. So knees will drop to the right, keeping left shoulder on the earth. Gaze comes over the left shoulder. Go ahead and lift the knees back to center. Come into a happy baby. Feet will reach towards the sky. You'll take hold of the inside or outside edges of the feet. And then pull the feet down towards the earth so that the legs or the thighs come to the outside of the torso. And finding a gentle rock side to side here, like a baby. And from here, we're going to find our Shavasana. If there are any final movements that your body is craving before you find stillness, please feel free to pause the video and take whatever it is that you need. If you are ready for Shavasana, then come on with me. You'll extend the legs long, feet about as wide as your mat. Allow the shoulder blades to pull sort of back and down, find openness in the chest, and then allow the arms to rest by the sides of the body with the palms turned up towards the sky. We're going to take 3 really big breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And with each of these breaths, I want you to envision whatever it is that you're allowing to fall away from you. It can be anything that doesn't serve you, any self-doubt, any judgments, whatever it is that you are going to allow yourself to let go of here. Here we go, big inhale. Open the mouth and release. Inhale deeply. Open the mouth. One more, make this the biggest breath. Fill up the belly. And release. Allow your body to sink down into the earth. Allow your breath to return to its natural rhythm. If you have more time and would like to stay here in Shavasana, please feel free to stay. Otherwise, start to bring some gentle movement into fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Extend the arms long overhead and take a nice long stretch. Bring the soles of your feet flat onto your mat and roll onto the side of your choice. Using the top hand to help press you up, make your way into a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, bringing the palms to touch at heart center. What are you allowing to fall away here on the mat today? And bowing the head gently towards the hands. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you here in this practice. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me here in this autumn practice. I will meet you right back here on the mat next time.